What's up, guys? Welcome to the All Signs. We're going to start off with Libra. I had already pre-shuffled. I was already recording, and then I got interrupted by a Leo. So, you guys could be dealing with a Leo, whether you're dating one, whether you're friends with one, whether it's a family member, but it does feel like strong Leo energy kind of getting in the way in Leo fashion. Also, too, you could be dealing with an Aries, and I think that was it. So, mostly a fire sign is what I'm picking up on, okay? But happy birthday to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and redo this. These were already shuffled. It was a good message. So yeah, we're good. I'll just start over. So we're starting here at 40 seconds for you guys, okay? Got timestamp these. All right. Starting off, you guys had the World. You had the Page of Cups. The Five of Swords. The King of Wands. And then you have the Ace of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. And I know I haven't said it, but this is what you don't see coming, okay? So starting off with that Ace of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, into the Ten of Cups. Okay, so it feels like there's some sort of expansion here when it comes to your family. This could be you guys getting married. This could be you guys moving in with your significant other. I was also getting till death do us part. So again, I mean, in this movie, this couple, like, they die, right? But like they come back together. So it feels like you have like a ride or die person around you. This could be a love interest. Obviously, it's Ten of Cups, but it does feel like there's the person you're with is someone that is legitimately a ride or die for you, okay? You guys could feel annoyed or conflicted. But yeah, what I'm getting there with that Ten of Cups, like I said, you guys could be getting married, you could be moving in. It just feels like there is expansion here, okay? Maybe the blending of families as well. With that Ace of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles, it feels like you guys are trying to move into a new direction here, okay? It feels like you guys are getting clarity. You're starting to understand certain aspects of yourself. Happy birthday to you guys, by the way. So it just feels like you guys could genuinely be taking this new year for you here and running with it. It feels like as soon as your birthday hits, it's like you guys are going in this new direction, and you're taking a lot of knowledge and wisdom with you here. And so with that Ace of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles, this is just kind of like you guys moving in a direction as to where is the next place that you can start to invest in, right? You're taking this pinnacle and you're like, okay, so some of you guys could be contemplating moving. You could be contemplating maybe leaving a situation, starting up a situation, but it just feels like whatever this is, it feels like it's kind of a long time coming. Maybe you've been working a career for quite some time, and maybe this is you guys wanting to move into a different field here. So I do see you guys just trying to figure out what's going to be the best way to navigate from your birthday out, okay? Some of you guys, your birthday's already passed, and so it just feels like you guys are, like I said, you're taking this energy and you're running with it. You're moving in a direction where you're like, okay, like, where am I going to find the most acceptance? Where am I going to find the most growth? And so I feel like that's what this is all about for you, especially with that Ten of Cups. It feels like family is your main priority right now. So you guys could have kids, you guys could be married, you guys could be planning to have children here in the near future. But whatever this is for the betterment of you and your family, okay? You do have a new chapter that's coming in for you guys, okay? What you don't see coming is the World here. Like I said, this is the energy where you guys are just trying to figure out where the next best thing is for you, right? What's going to make the most sense. What's going to fit the puzzle or the narrative here for you. So it does feel like chapters are ending and new ones are beginning. A lot of you guys, I'm getting this energy of you're not going to want to repeat a cycle, okay? And maybe you guys are aware of this. So maybe you've given yourself like a deadline up to your birthday to like complete something. This is like if you're in a relationship and it's still not going anywhere, like maybe 6 months ago is what I'm getting. Like you guys could have put a timestamp like 6 months ago, like, okay, if they don't get it together by my birthday, then like we're done. Or, you know, hey, if at work they're not going to give me a promotion by my birthday, then I'm going to start looking elsewhere. So you're giving me that energy of just, again, balancing your scales, right? And so it just feels like with the World here, you're genuinely trying to figure out like which door to walk through, okay? You do have the Page of Cups, and so that's why it feels like there's a fresh start here for you guys, okay? This is like you've deciding that, let's say for example, you don't want to be in a relationship with this individual anymore. You're like, okay, cool. So with this page of cup energy, you're just kind of like, okay, learning to start over. This could also be too like you're deciding to get into a relationship and you're like, okay, learning to start over in a relationship, or you know, outside of one. Maybe this is you starting over in a new city, a new state, a new town. And so again, there's like this element of curiosity here that you guys are moving forward with the fact that these two are like teammates here. It feels like you guys have support. So if this is like you starting over in a relationship with someone, it feels like you and your person are on the same team, right? You guys are genuinely after the same things, the same goals. Somebody here could be a little distracted, right? You see how like one of the like this guy's trying to talk to this guy and this guy's just like looking off into the distance. So maybe this is kind of like the reason why you guys could be walking away from somebody, or like a situation you just feel like your thoughts aren't being appreciated, your voice isn't being heard. So there is something here about you going where you're appreciated, okay? So I do see that with the page of cups here to the 5 of swords. It says I am done, okay? Again, it feels like there's some sort of goal that you guys are trying to reach, or maybe there, like I said, there's something here by your birthday, right? There's like a deadline here with the page of cups to the 5 of swords. You're like, yeah, like I would rather be on my own, taking care of my own bills, than to have to take care of somebody else, right? And you're like, it's nothing new anyways, because I've been taking care of us for quite some time. It just feels like an energy of being tired, and it just feels like what you don't see coming is that like you are genuinely going to be done, okay? It just feels like moving forward, you're like cutting somebody or something out here. A lot of you guys are like, you know what, I want to live my best life, and so I don't want to put restrictions, so I'm done, you know, restricting myself. I'm done being in lower vibrational energy. So maybe that's something that you guys need to write out, right? Like this is a way to kind of manifest. Like write out I am done, and then list all your negative aspects, and make sure you're starting every single one on that list with I am done with, okay? And that'll help you to kind of just see it and visualize yourself outside of these conflicts, outside of these obstacles. And it just feels like you guys are going to be able to pull yourself out here, okay? With the 5 of swords to the King of Wands, again, you could be at odds with a fire sign here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And again, I was picking up on, like I said, a Leo could be like kind of in the way, and they don't mean to be, okay? Like I'll just like put that out, like they don't mean to be, but they just like, somebody here could have overstayed their welcome, right? Like this is a roach. Everybody like hates roaches, right? And so it just feels like again, like roaches tend to overstay their welcome. So you could be dealing with someone that you're just like, you know what, you're getting too comfortable, you know, speaking to me like this, treating me like this. You're getting too comfortable by being complacent or lazy. So there is a conversation that you don't see coming that you're going to be having, and it feels like you're going to be expressing this level of being done here with whoever or whatever this is, okay? And it just feels like you guys want to take this pinnacle and like move it towards a new direction here. You're like, yeah, I would rather, like I said, I would rather be alone. I would rather do everything I've been doing than to have the extra headache like next to me. So again, if this is a job where you're like in a position where you're doing more than one person's like job, maybe your coworkers call out all the time, and so you got to pick up the slack, right? They're like, well, we could rely on Libra, so it's fine, we're not even going to try. It's like there's a level here of you guys feeling taken advantage of is what I'm really picking up on. I'm hearing squatters. Some of you guys could have unexpected guests, and you're just kind of like, when are you leaving? And so you could be putting your foot down here, literally, like that's what we do with roaches, right? We put our foot down. And so that's what it feels like here, that you guys could be doing, as to what you don't see coming. It feels like there's a last straw. It feels like you're just no longer dealing with this subject matter. And so it feels like maybe, like I said, the deadline here is your birthday, and you're like, yeah, kind of done with this, so I'm going to be moving forward. And I do see you guys moving forward here. Some of you guys are genuinely going to be moving forward on your own, but you're like fine, you're like, you've giving yourself enough time to kind of get over whatever the situation is, and take that pinnacle elsewhere, right? So that's what I have for you, Libra. Hopefully that helps and resonates. All right, on to Gemini. We are at 9. We'll put you at 9:11 there, okay? All right, Gemini, let's see what message the Spirit has for you on what you don't see coming. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Gemini. Okay, you guys have the Knight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, the Two of Swords, then you have the Seven of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Six of Cups here. Um Somebody from your past could be coming in with manipulative energy here, what you don't see coming. It feels like if you were dealing with someone that was manipulative, a liar, you didn't really trust where they were coming from, it feels like they're going to come in and play on your heartstrings with that Two of Cups, okay? And it's your, well, I don't think it's your energy, no, it's water signs. I was thinking of the Lovers. But yeah, it feels like someone from your past is going to be coming back with that Six of Cups. It feels like someone here wants to kind of emotionally manipulate you by saying, like, you know what? You were the one. I was just scared. I thought that, I thought I knew what I was doing and I just never been in this. Like, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear like the most like predictable thing that somebody could say, but it's because this person was like lying to you about something. They could have been putting up a front. They could have just been doing something where they're just like, again, they could have been seeing somebody else. Maybe you had a feeling about that, but it just feels like this person's going to come back and try to pull on heartstrings because they know that you see them as the Two of Cups. This is someone that knows that you have strong feelings for them. This is someone that knows that you saw strong potential with them, okay? And with that Six of Cups, again, it's kind of like, they could be saying like, like I messed up and like, people mess up. And so there's something here about a second chance, okay, that I'm picking up on. But you're being advised to do the Six of Swords here, to move forward, okay? And that's what it really feels like. It feels like you guys need to be moving forward in that energy. You guys would be better off without this person. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. They could have this placement or you could have this placement. Okay, but it just feels like you're dealing with someone here that genuinely, they went out, they saw, they got what they wanted. They had their cake and they wanted to eat it too. But they saw that that person wasn't you. They saw that whatever it was, they were being lied to. They were being manipulated. So I'm really seeing karma here, okay? Knight of Wands, what you don't see coming, you do have a player energy that's coming in. And maybe this is something you could be inviting, is what it feels like. You're going to be dealing with either an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, okay? Or you're just going to be dealing with someone that's very, like, passionate, very intense. And it feels like you could be welcoming this, okay? It feels like someone here is going to be giving you attention. This does feel like more like one night stand type of energy here. And it feels like too, like if you guys are recently out of a relationship, it feels like this is the energy you want to be in. You're like, I don't want to settle down. I don't want to have to deal with emotions for a while. So I'm good with casual dating, casual encounters, okay? And so it just feels like moving forward here with this Knight of Wands, it's kind of like you're just going to be about eating your cake, getting your cake and eating it too, okay? And it just feels like you're just gonna keep it pushing, okay? This is gonna come out of nowhere, kind of like in the movie, like how it popped up like out of nowhere. That's what it feels like. It feels like you're gonna be out, you're gonna meet this random energy, and something could come of it in regards of just casualness, okay? Nothing more. And it feels like, again, this is something that you want. With that Knight of Wands to the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like this is more about like timing than anything else, okay? A lot of you guys, you could have rushed into your last relationship. This could have been, see like how it's, what is it, like a carousel, like a merry-go-round. It feels like you and whoever you were dealing with here in the recent past, you guys were just going in circles, okay? Nothing was changing. And again, it just feels like in order for you to kind of not go back to the same cycles or repeated cycles, it feels like you guys are just open to the energy of like, you know what, I don't want to date, I'll just do something casual, right? And then it just feels like this is kind of like the universe's way of just kind of letting you do your own thing right now, instead of like having you commit back to the same situation. So it feels like the universe, spirit, God, whatever you believe in, is kind of putting someone in your path right now to kind of make you forget about someone from your past, okay? So it almost feels like a get out of jail free card. It feels like here you go, you know, here's like a distraction, is what I'm getting. And so it does feel faded here. It feels intentional, okay? So spirit feels like you need to just get laid is probably the best way to put that, but that's what I'm getting with that. Also too, you guys, what you don't see coming, your luck's going to be changing, okay? If you feel like you've been on this merry-go-round and you've just been going in circles and like not really like getting anywhere and it just feels kind of pointless, I feel like you guys are about to like go in reverse, right? Also too, I mean, the fact that like, you know, it's Beetlejuice, he's you know, turns into whatever else, like his little arms are coming out. It just feels like there's gonna be unpredictable energy around you, and you're being encouraged to kind of follow this unpredictable energy, okay? You're being encouraged to go with the flow. Ultimately, this is going to be about you and your happiness, but you got to be separated from whatever this energy is. And again, it feels like it's going to come back and manipulate you. So just be mindful of that, okay? What you don't see coming is this energy trying to come back. Even if you feel it, it's just kind of like, feels like it's going to be really intense, okay? With the Wheel of Fortune of the Sun, again, you guys are destined to be happy. You guys are destined to really just put yourselves out there for yourselves, for the betterment of you, to put yourselves in better situations, meeting better people, quality people, right? I do see you guys finding more happiness with yourself. There's going to be a glow up here that you guys are going to be going through. It does feel like you guys could be changing up your style. You could be putting more effort. It feels like you guys are also drinking like different types of like wines. Maybe you're going wine tasting here, but it just feels like what you don't see coming is that like, here's what I'm getting with all three cards. With that Knight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Sun, this is like you hooking up with someone that's super, super attractive and like giving you that boost of confidence that you need to understand that like you are attractive, you still got it. Okay, there's something about like she still got it. And then it's like your wheel starts turning in a different direction here with the Wheel of Fortune of the Sun. It gives you this confidence. It gives you this like this boost of like energy. I'm hearing boost of ego. Some of you guys could just be like, yeah, like I totally hooked up with someone younger. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Or oh, I totally hooked up with that handsome, older, distinguished gentleman with the Ferrari. You know what I mean? So it feels like whoever's coming in that Knight of Wands energy, they're kind of giving you this like revitalization here of like understanding like that you are the shit, that you are attractive, that you are that person. And so it just feels like that's what you needed. It's like a jump start is what I'm getting, okay? With the Sun to the Two of Swords, this could put you in two minds about the way you've been seeing things. It does feel like you guys could be you could have been closed off to certain like to this type of energy, right? Maybe you're a conservative type of person where you're like, I only hook up with people that I'm in love with, or you know, that are have potential. So it feels like you guys could be a little bit out of your element, right? And so you've been closed off. It strongly feels like, because you guys are Gemini, right? It always feels like you guys are, there's a like a duality here. And so it just feels like what you don't see coming is that you guys are going to become more open-minded about living a little bit more casually, okay? And again, it's like you guys are still open to the idea of love and like soulmates and all that stuff, right? But you're like, you know what? If this is what I got and this is what I got to work with, then I'm gonna put my best foot forward. And so that's what it feels like. It feels like you, you and your other half, Gemini, as there are two of you. It just feels like you're finally coming together, with one single like goal in mind, right? You see how they're both trying to like keep the door closed while someone's trying to come in. And again, you're being advised, it's like you're gonna hit a level of a glow up where your ex or your exes are going to, they're gonna recognize this, they're gonna see this, and they're gonna try to come back, right? They're gonna try to sneak their way back in, they're gonna try to find a way, and you're being asked to kind of like use your yin and yang, right? Use your feminine aspects to really nurture yourself and to understand like that you don't need to go through this cycle anymore, right? And then use your masculine aspects to really like enforce that, right? Create that conviction. Don't create a divide, just come together. And so I do see you eventually bringing like all aspects of yourself, the feminine and the masculine, in order to really I'm hearing self-preservation here is what I'm getting, all right? So that's what I have for you, Gemini. Let's see what we got for Aquarius. 1840, I'm going to put it at, okay? All right, what do we have for Aquarius? What doesn't Aquarius see coming here? One more. What doesn't Aquarius see coming, Spirit? All right. You guys could be dealing with a Gemini, or maybe there was a message for you in that last Gemini read. You have the Magician here. You have the Four of Cups. You have the Five of Cups. And then you have the Six of Wands. Okay? And then you've got the Nine of Cups. The Queen of Wands. And then you have the Ace of Wands. Okay, you got a lot of wand energy here. Okay, so you guys could be feeling very fiery, like I'm hearing magnetic, electric. Be careful not to electrocute yourself. Be careful like when you're plugging in cords and when you're pulling them out. Okay, um, but yeah, it just feels like there's a lot of wand energy here. So there's like passion. There's like a reignited passion here for you guys. And the fact that you have cups and wands, you guys could have met someone new. You could be in the energy of rekindling something, or like just moving forward in like a new emotional direction here, with that Nine of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. You guys could be meeting a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? And fire's been really prominent in all of the air signs. So it feels like air right now is, for whatever reason, intertwining with fire, okay? So yeah, it feels like with that Nine of Cups, that Queen of Wands, and that Ace of Wands, you guys could be meeting someone here really soon, okay? That's what you don't see coming. It feels like one of two things. If you're meeting a Queen of Wands, it's going to be a very passionate I'm hearing entanglement. Hopefully not, but this is gonna be a very passionate like encounter. Okay, it feels like you could be either someone that's older, or maybe they're older. There is gonna be a little bit of an age gap here, maybe a little bit more than a little bit. Okay, but it just feels like you could be meeting someone that just completely comes and like just lights your fire. Okay, they really are passionate. It's probably the best way to put that. Yeah, they're very passionate. They can be feisty. This person might be kinky. All right. They might be into some things that kind of open your doors to new things, new horizons here. So be open. Second message I'm getting with that Nine of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. A lot of you guys right now could be going through a personal glow up. Okay. Maybe this is something that you guys have been working towards. And so with that Nine of Cups to the Queen of Wands, this is like you guys like finally seeing your hard work being brought to fruition. And so it just feels like you guys could be really enjoying the way you look, the way you feel. There's something here about your health, okay? And by doing that, by you guys, maybe you're getting more attention. Maybe, people want to date you. You're getting more of that. And it feels like you guys are genuinely going to be turning around and really like using this energy to create something, okay? Because again, like in the movie, like this is the sculpture that she made, right? So it just feels like whatever's coming in for you guys are going to have this like burst of energy to create something, whether you guys are like writers, or maybe you do work with like clay or something like that. Maybe you're woodworkers and stuff. So it just feels like there's a creation in the making here, and it feels like it's going to derive from a very passionate encounter, or just from meeting somebody that is passionate about something. We live in a world where everybody's just kind of like meh about this, that, and the other. But it's like when you meet people that are genuinely passionate about what they do, passionate about, all these things, you're like, oh my God, like, you fall in love with that kind of energy. It's hard not to. Okay. And so you can just be really inspired as well by someone here that is either somewhere you want to be or someone you want to become. Okay, it feels like you could be meeting someone here where, let's say for example, you guys are sculptors, right? And you go to this art exhibit and you meet the sculptor, and you're just like, oh my God, this person is amazing, they look amazing, they talk amazing, and so it inspires you. It brings out this fire in you with that Ace of Wands. And so I do see you guys getting a new passionate idea or new beginning here with a fire sign. Okay, the Magician. Let's talk about what you don't see coming, and that's whatever you want it to be. Okay, a lot of you guys, like I said, there's some sort of like switch here in the near future, or I feel like it's happening right now. It feels like things are changing up for the better, and it feels like you guys are going to be running with this energy and becoming the Magician. A lot of you guys are realizing that you're able to create the reality that in which you seek, and so it just feels like you guys are no longer going to be restricted by anything. Kind of like how Aldo here, he's got like that glass, right? To me, somebody here is like a bartender. Several of you guys could be bartenders, but it just feels like as a bartender, a mixologist, whatever you want to call it, right? It's like as effortless as it is, right? It could be hard to other people. So it's like for you, you could be like the type of person that is a bartender. You grab this, you're like, okay, ounce of this, ounce of that, da 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 da. You're putting it together, boom, it's done. And people are like, oh my God, okay, let me try it. And then there's this horrible, right? So again, there's something here about your energy being so good that it's open to creativity. It's open to this. I want to say like it's almost like you have the recipe to whatever it is that you want, right? The way you would have a recipe to a cocktail is like you have the recipe to something that you want. And so it's really worth looking into here. So it's like what you don't see coming is this opportunity to create something so flawless that you have other people going like, how did you do that? It's almost like magic, okay? With the Magician to the Four of Cups here, a lot of you guys are done living in this drab reality, okay? It feels like a lot of you guys have settled for the idea that things are just because they are. It is what it is, right? And we're all so used to that saying, it is what it is, it is what it is. And you're like, no, it's not just it is what it is, okay? So a lot of you guys, what you don't see coming is you're going to be getting out of this energy here with this Four Cups, right? Because you're like, no, like I'm going to make a better reality for myself. I'm tired of, feeling like this is it. Okay, so there is this opportunity here that's coming for you to transmute this energy and truly create a version of yourself that is worthy of yourself. Okay, so a lot of you guys right now, you're on this healing journey, and of course you are Aquarius, so you are the star. So it feels like you're gonna come out of this the other side like shining, sparkling, like truly a star. Okay, and it feels like you guys are gonna be getting a lot more attention, whether that's from suitors, whether that's from people that are interested in your work, maybe your work ethic, maybe where you do work. You're starting to shine. You're starting to come out of some sort of shell here. A lot of you guys are just like, you know what, I'm tired of going into work miserable. Maybe I need to change my job. So there is something here about transmuting and making something better for yourself. And so I really do see you guys aligning with that, okay? With the Four of Cups to the Five of Cups, what you don't see coming is you're gonna be okay because you guys are having a glow up. You're gonna be pretty disappointed with the fact that a lot of people are not gonna be happy for you, okay? And again, this is just energy that you need to remove yourself from, okay? You have a lot of people that want to live in the Four of Cups. It is what it is because it'll always be what it is, and it's like no. So it just feels like people that are here right now, you're gonna be like elevating, right? You're gonna either be elevating like statuses, you're gonna be elevating in your normal day to day is what I'm really picking up on. And so you guys are going to be pretty disappointed in seeing that, certain people, they're not going to be happy for you, okay? And a lot of you too, there's going to come this realization where you're like, damn, like you might hit a moment or a pinnacle here where like once things start to get better, you're like, damn, like I really should have done this sooner, or I really should have just been that person to like, have more faith in myself. And Spirit's asking you not to be so hard on yourself. Give yourself some grace, okay? Because again, we all get to a pinnacle or to a point where we need to be exhausted of our energies, right? We need to be exhausted of the negative mindsets, and go through these cycles in order to better ourselves, in order to really appreciate the blessings that are coming in for us. And so it just feels like moving forward, if you do have that moment where you're like, why did I wait so long to choose me? Is what I'm really getting. Spirit saying like the whole time you were choosing you, even when it didn't feel like you were, okay? It's like sometimes you got to go through a cycle more than once, but now that you're here, like remember this moment, right? Like why did it take so long for me to choose me? Well, then from here on out, keep choosing you, okay? 4, 5, 6, something really amazing is building up for you. And I genuinely feel like it is this Ace of Wands here, okay? You have a passionate new beginning. You have a passionate new project. There's something here about you, okay? That's going to really be brought to the forefront of like people. Like you're going to be thrown in people's faces, okay? I don't know how else to put that. That's what I'm getting. With the Five of Cups to the Six of Cups here. Well, you don't see, okay, again, this is tied to you guys and your glow up. Okay, so essentially what you don't see coming is that you're going to be on a higher timeline, on a better excursion, on a better frequency here. And what you don't see coming is that people from your past that genuinely wished for your downfall are going to be like regretting that they didn't, pretty much support your success, okay? So you're going to have people kind of regretting the fact that they didn't give you the time of day with that, okay? But also too, see, I was mistaking that for the Six of Cups, but it's the Six of Wands. So either way, that message is going to stick because that's how I saw it. And so now I have the clarity for that. So some of you guys could be seeing like double or seeing something that isn't there. Maybe like apparitions or something like that. Five of Cups, Six of Wands. If you do not take this energy, this opportunity, you guys are going to regret it, okay? And again, you have success coming for you. So it feels like brush up on some skills here. If you want to learn something new, start learning it. If you guys are trying to put yourself in a better position, learn how to put yourself in that position, okay? Whether this is you taking classes, getting mentors, watching YouTube videos on motivation, on certain subject matters that you're interested in, okay? Do not let this opportunity pass you by, because it feels like some of you guys could also be in that energy of like regretting that you didn't take the magician energy and like run with it, okay? So again, you do have success that's coming in. Like I said, you're going to be getting a lot of attention, a lot of praise. There's going to be people that want to date you, people that want to know you, people that just want to be around you, because you're going to be glowing with this Ace of Wands here, okay? So it just feels like you guys right now could be admiring like a mentor, or you could be inspired by one. But little do you know, what you don't see coming is that you're about to inspire like people yourselves by doing whatever this is that needs to be done. So make sure you go with the energy and don't resist it. All right, so that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Hopefully it helps and resonates. Scorpio, let's see, we'll do 30 for Scorpio. All right, let's see, Scorpio. Let's see what you don't see coming. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Scorpio placement. What you don't see coming. Scorpio, you could be dealing with a Gemini. Gemini got these two cards in that order. Let's do that. In the order I'm about to. All right, you guys got the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Sun. You have the Lovers. You have the Seven of Pentacles. And then you have the Five of Pentacles, the World, and then you have the Ace of Wands here. In order for you guys to start a new cycle and truly find success, okay, you have the Five of Pentacles, the World, the Ace of Wands, and also too, in order to truly find success with the Six of Wands here, you're gonna have to leave something or someone behind. Okay, a lot of you guys need to get rid of a mindset here, and that's what it's really coming as. A lot of you guys, it is so easy to talk yourselves out of something, right? Every day we talk ourselves out of doing something because it scares us, or because we don't want to take the risk, or, you know, just the unknown, right? And so that's what it feels like here. It feels like in order for you guys to get and live the life that you want, you're going to have to take a leap of faith and leave something behind and move forward into this new cycle here, okay? Because you're gonna be met with passion. You're gonna be met with like love. Whether this is like self-love is what I'm getting as well. It feels like you're gonna love the next cycle, but it's like you can't take old energy with you into new situations here, okay? So in order for you guys to find success, you are genuinely going to have to let something go or leave something behind, okay? Wheel of Fortune, you've got good things that are coming in, okay? It feels like the wheel is turning in your favor right now, and it feels like you can keep, you have the option, as we all do, right? We all have free will. You can keep going on this carousel, right, in the same direction over and over and over, but nothing changes, right? Because that's what a carousel is. It stays in place and it goes in circles and nothing changes. Like the scenery is still the same. Chances are the same people, when you go around that second turn, are still going to be standing there. So again, if you want something different, if you want something you've never had, you got to do something you've never done. And you have the opportunity right now to do that, okay? Some of you guys are aware of this opportunity. You guys are excited, but you could be scared as well. You're like, dang, I don't know, that might be too much of a risk, okay? So there's an opportunity here for you guys to kind of gamble, but I'm not really seeing it as a gamble, because Wheel of Fortune is like what's written, right? Like what's pretty much etched in stone here. So it feels like if you take a chance on yourself, it's going to be a rewarding one, is what I'm getting with that. So again, you have good luck on your side right now. Right now is an opportunity. If you want a new job, start looking for a new job. If you want to lose weight, start putting in the work. If you want your investments to grow, start diversifying your portfolios, right? Start putting your money where it's going to make sense. Okay, so That's what I'm getting with that. With the Wheel of Fortune of the Sun, this is all about your happiness, guys. But it's like these good things can't happen until you realize that you're aware that you are deserving of these good things, right? The Sun talks about illumination. This is about introspection here. This is about you guys going on the inside and realizing that you're worthy of these good things. Otherwise, you're going to continue to stay on that carousel there, going in circles, like wondering when things are going to get better. And what you're going to do is you're going to allow opportunities to pass you by. And that's how they want me to say it. You're going to allow opportunities to pass you by, okay? Because when you're too busy looking at a situation in your life that has not changed, that refuses to change, that you know is not going to change, but yet you still continue to give to it, then you're missing out on other opportunities here. And from what I'm seeing, this could have a lot to do with love as well, okay? So there's an energy here right now that is truly about you. This is about your happiness. You literally could be living your dream life right now. You literally could be in your dream car, in your dream house, wearing your dream clothes, right? Just sitting there looking fabulous, hair done, makeup done, beard coiffed, right? With a drink in your hand, just looking fabulous. Somebody here is like a housewife, or like that's what you want to be. Even if you're not a woman, you're like, I'm going to be a housewife. Like you just want to be pampered and taken care of. And again, you could be missing out on this because you're dealing with a bum, right? So again, your wish is my command is what I'm hearing. So moving forward, there is an opportunity here for you guys to really look at yourselves and really figure out what it is you need to work on. Okay, there is a level of work that needs to be done here, but it's like once you start to get the ball rolling with that, then the wheel will start turning, right? Because you're like, once you start realizing where you're going wrong, or like where you're being lazy or where you're procrastinating, then moving forward, you're going to be able to put your best foot forward on this particular subject matter, and then you're going to start to see the results. And it feels like it's going to be instantaneous, right? With the Sun to the Lovers, you could be dealing with a Gemini. You can also be dealing with a Libra here. Sorry, with a Leo, maybe a Libra. But it feels like during Libra season, you could meet your other half here, right? Lovers is soulmate energy. This is like a ride or die. Remember in the movie, they die together, but like they're still together in eternal life. So this just feels like you guys have an opportunity to move in the direction of the Sun in terms of just like happiness and glowing and, you know, illumination here. It feels like if you guys are meeting someone, this is everything you don't see coming, guys, right? You don't see that if you take a chance on yourself, it's like it's all encompassing, right? Your money starts to get in check. You finally meet the person you're meant to meet, because why? You're doing the work. And that's what people don't understand is like, until you do the work, until you're willing to be a more elevated version of yourself, that's when all the good things come in. Because right now, you're telling the universe you're not worthy because you're doing the opposite of what it is that you need to be doing. So let this be kind of like a motivation for some of you guys, because I feel like it's not going to motivate all of you, but it'll motivate some of you. If you are in relationships right now, it looks like you and your person are happy, right? You and your person are connecting. You and your person might be getting married. Someone here might be getting engaged, okay? It feels like you could be proposing, or someone could be proposing to you, because they see you. They see you as a ride or die. They see that you've gone with them on this carousel, right? Let's say you're dealing with someone that's ambitious, or maybe you're the ambitious one. And this person has stuck with you through thin and thin, through losing money, through gaining money. And like the love was always the same. And so there's something here, what you don't see coming is that there could be this light bulb moment where you're like, this is my person. And I want to stay, like I want to be with them forever. Okay, so it does feel like there's a fated connection here for you one way or another, single or not. It feels like you and your person are fated to be together. And with the Seven of Pentacles, you're going to see a lot of success with this, okay? It feels like your love life is headed towards a revamping here. So even if you've been with this person, even if you have been... like you could be on and off with this person, or you and this person could just like be on a roller coaster half the time in your relationship, because again, like when you guys, let's say some of you guys are entrepreneurs or business people, it's like there's a lot of stress that comes with that, right? The risks and all that, but the rewards have been more than rewarding is what I'm hearing. And so it just feels like you guys are about to really see how successful your relationship, like how strong your relationship is. So it feels like you guys could be going through some sort of like a roller coaster, or something could happen here in the near future what you don't see coming, but what it's going to do is it's going to prove to you that this is your person. Okay, so don't look at it as like a negative thing. This feels like a positive thing here. So I genuinely do see that you guys are either in for new connections, stronger connections in your love life, or the current relationship you're in is going to be that much stronger. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Let's see, Pisces. Let me shuffle real quick. All right, Pisces, we'll start you at 39 minutes. So let's see here, Pisces. What do we have for Pisces? What you don't see coming. What don't you see coming, Pisces? Okay. All right. You guys start off with the Hermit, the Queen of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and then you have the Magician here. And then you have the Star, Justice. Oh, to the Queen of Swords. Look at you guys. You guys are sitting pretty right now. Okay. With this, you could be dealing with a Libra, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could have any of these placements. Libra season is going to bring about some pretty fair karmic justices for you guys, okay? That's what I'm really getting. With the Star, the Justice, and the Queen of Swords. Right now, it feels like you guys are on the verge, or maybe you're experiencing some really, good, wish fulfillment here, okay? With the Star, it feels like you have, wishes that are coming true. Things are working out in your favor. And again, it's karmic retribution here, karmic justices. And it feels like you guys are genuinely going to be smarter. You're going to be wiser. There's something here about you guys also not really... I don't see you guys showing off whatever this is, okay? By you guys, like you see how she's, looking at all this? It's kind of like these blessings or whatever's coming in, they're just for you. And so a lot of you guys are just not saying anything to anyone because you're trying to enjoy the moment while you have it, okay? So with that start of the Justice, it feels like things are coming... Wishes are coming true. Miracles are happening, okay? And normally the Queen of Swords is very stoic, right? She's very cutthroat and it creates boundaries and all that. But you know what this feels like here? With that smile on her face and the fact that she's staring at the Justice and the Star, it makes me feel like you're going to have this moment where you're like, damn, the sacrifices were worth it. Me sacrificing this person, me cutting these people out, me cutting out those bad habits, me cutting out whatever, right? It was worth it. Because you guys are starting to see, the rewards of your efforts here, okay? And it feels like that's exactly what it is, especially with the Justice, right? This is about you guys finally, being in the right place at the right time. This is you guys finally seeing, everything you went through in the past, everything that, may have brought you sadness, everything that, you just didn't see come to fruition, now you're starting to see these things. And so what this is doing, or what this should be doing, is this should be boosting your confidence here, okay? You're the Queen of Swords. At the end of the day, you don't mind making sacrifices. You don't mind cutting out people. You don't mind being that person that people are like, oh, damn, Pisces is a bitch. Male or female, it doesn't matter. You're like, I don't care. There's a smile on your face because you're like, you know what? I'm going to do what I need to do in order to secure my happiness, in order to secure my blessings, okay? So it just feels like you guys are owning this energy here. And it's really beautiful energy. Also, too, in the midst of you guys sacrificing, in the midst of you cutting out the people that you love and making the hard decisions, you guys are healing. So this is going to be for healed Pisces. Not that it feels like the overall general message, what you guys don't see coming is some of you guys are already starting to see your blessings trickle in. And a lot of you guys, this is healing aspects of yourself that's giving you more faith, bringing you closer to, maybe you're praying, maybe you're meditating, maybe you're talking to your guides, something like that, okay? So it's bringing about more spiritual activities for you guys, right? Because you're like, dang, there's this level of being grateful, and it just feels like you guys are floating on cloud 9 right now, okay? You guys are the star and you guys are just floating. And so it just feels like you're gonna do what you need to do to get whatever it is you need to get. And I feel like the universe is paying you back for all the times that you felt that you didn't deserve the best. Maybe right now you guys are seeing it in tangible. I feel like it's more tangible blessings than anything else, because you guys are feels like you're being ascended. You know how at the end she's just standing there and then she starts elevating? You guys are ascending right now, okay? And again, it's kind of don't forget what you went through. Be grateful. Be grateful that those things didn't work out. Be grateful that you are where you are right now, because you weren't always there. I promise you, you weren't always there. Okay, you have the Hermit. You could be dealing with a Virgo. What you don't see coming, you guys are going to be detaching yourselves here for a minute, okay? It feels like you guys are going to be in your own energy, minding your own business. It feels like you guys could have been humbled here, which is what could be putting you in this Hermit mode right now, okay? Because, like, his head's all shrunken, right? And he's just minding his own business. So it just feels like whatever this is, you guys could have been humbled in a situation, person, place, or thing, and it's making you retreat because it's making you reflect. It's making you think. Okay, a lot of you guys are like, I don't want to indulge in this anymore. I don't want to spend my money on this anymore. I don't want to do, like, there's a level of something here that you don't want to do anymore. And so it just feels like you guys are going to be preserving your energy here. And that's what you don't see coming. Like, maybe you've been like out partying all summer and like all of a sudden out of nowhere you're like staying home more often. You're not spending as much money. You're like looking at your bank account. You're like, how the hell do I have more money? Like, what? And you're like, oh, like I haven't really been going out. So there is something here about you guys retreating and just being more in your energy. By doing so, you have the Hermit to the Queen of Wands. Some of you guys are working on yourselves here, like a physical glow up, okay? So that's why you guys are retreating. A lot of you guys are no longer at the bar, you're no longer at the club, you're no longer, in line at the Walgreens or the Walmart or the Total Wine with a bottle in your hands, okay? You guys are taking a healthier approach here. Like in the movie, right? She's a sculptor. It feels like you guys are sculpting yourselves. Some of you guys, you're working on a better butt. Some of you guys are getting a Brazilian butt lift. I don't know, but like it just feels like you guys are focusing on your glutes right now. So you could have more glute focused workouts here, or you're gonna start seeing like the results of like actually of your glute workouts. So it just feels like you guys are molding yourselves right now, and you guys could feel like this like rock here, right? You're like, ugh, like I feel like disgusting, or I feel like, look at me, right? But Spirit's saying like, yes, it's normal to kind of like see ourselves and be like, ugh, right? Because we have those moments. But Spirit's saying like, look, like even regardless, like don't forget where you came from, okay? So you're really going to see a pretty big, massive glow up here to a point where you're going to be unrecognizable. I mean, people are going to recognize you, but it's just going to be a different side of you, a different version of you. Because maybe the next time, when you are finally ready to go out, you're going to be looking really fit. Maybe you're not going to be drinking as much or eating as unhealthy, something like that, right? But Spirit's saying, like, don't forget where you started, okay? So those of you that have had trouble, like, with your weight, you fluctuate all the time. You start a diet and then you don't finish it. Spirit's saying, like, really think back, like think before like you make that decision, because think about how hard it was to like finally get you to the Queen of Wands, okay? Because you have this beautiful massive glow up coming, but Spirit's saying like just remember where you like how you started, okay? Six of Pentacles, Queen of Wands to the Six of Pentacles here. This feels tied to like your justice. It feels like a lot of you guys have like had maybe like a hard time up and down with like weight, up and down with like body positivity here, one way or another. And it just feels like you guys need to look at yourself from a different perspective. Like how I was saying, like it's easy for us to look in the mirror and be like, ugh, right? And like point out all the flaws, point out what's wrong with us. But it just feels like there needs to be this balance that needs to happen. So while you guys are like in this glow up, what you don't see coming is that you actually start to have this appreciation for where you're starting in your journey, because you're definitely going to be more than pleased with where you're ending, okay? So again, it's like enjoy the process, okay? And that's what you don't see coming, is that you are going to enjoy the process, right? Maybe before working out was so tedious, but you're like determined more than ever. Like you're like, no, I want to look like this. And so you're going to go for it, okay? You got your foot down, on the accelerator, on the gas, and you're just ready to go. And so it just feels like here the energy that you have, like this is something that you really want. This is something that you guys genuinely want to make right for yourselves, because a lot of the time like you haven't been fair to yourself, okay? Now this doesn't have to be a weight thing, this could be anything. Like you guys could be like, maybe this whole time you've had money, right? You've been saving it, but you live so frugally because you're like, no, like what if like a rainy day, and then something could happen where you realize like life is too short. Now I'm not saying you're gonna go and you're gonna spend your whole life savings, you're not, but you're gonna realize that like the way you're living now, you don't technically need to be living like that. And so it creates this new glow up, because not only are you gonna be looking good because you've been working on yourself physically, but nicer clothes, smelling better, right? Like more quality fragrances, maybe more expensive shampoos or makeup, something like that. It just feels like you guys are going to start to splurge on yourself and on your well-being here. And so this is about you guys putting yourselves out there in order to really just start to live like the way you've always knew you would or you could. And again, it raises your vibration by doing this, okay? With the Six of Pentacles to the Magician. Speaking of raising your vibration, what you don't see coming is, again, you guys are manifesting this new reality for yourself here, okay? This is a wish fulfillment as the star is here. So with the Six of Pentacles to the Magician, you're starting to make things fair for yourself. You're starting to create a balance. You're starting to see things from a different perspective, from a higher perspective, right? You're like, dang, like I was holding myself back. I do talk to myself in a negative way, so I'm convinced of these negative thoughts, right? Like, make sure that you guys are talking to yourself in a more positive way here. Like, I always say it, and like, I'm not a cocky person, not by much, but I'm always like, I'm the best, you know? Because it's like, you gotta be your own cheerleader a lot of the time, okay? And so that's what I'm like gonna encourage you guys to do, as well as Spirit. I feel like this is more so like from Spirit, where it's like, praise yourself for the good things that you do. If you're doing a great job at work, just say it to yourself. You don't got to say it out loud. I'm the best. Heck yeah. Like, heck yeah, I just killed that report. I'm the best. You know, it's not a cocky thing, but this is about you just raising your vibration and giving yourself that appreciation. I'm hearing, I don't get enough credit. Shout out to me. You know what I mean? It's like, there's only so many people every day that are like, hey, you're doing a great job, Pisces. And you don't need that anyways. So give it to yourself, okay? So by raising that self-talk, by raising your vibration, you're creating a fair outcome. And your reality is going to be beyond of what you, like, beyond your wildest dreams is what I'm getting. And again, it's going to be worth the sacrifices, because this is karmic retribution for you guys, okay? So that's what I have for you, Pisces. Beautiful energy. Let's see, what do we got next? Cancer. All right. Cancer, let's start you at 50-50. You guys could be going 50-50 on something. You guys could be in a relationship where you should be going 50-50, but there may be like some sort of imbalance here. It may be like 50-40 is what I'm getting, but a lot of you guys right now, you could be used to being hyper independent, and you're not used to other people helping you. You're not used to or wanting other people's help. But there's something here about opening yourselves up to the energy of like compromise, okay? So there may be some sort of compromise that you may need to execute here. It's the best way to put that. So let's see, what do we have for you, Cancer? What don't you see coming? What doesn't Cancer see coming, Spirit? Moon, rising, Venus. All right. You guys start off with the World, the Death card, the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and then you have the Strength. That's funny. I'm seeing these cards for the first time. I think it's awesome. The King of Pentacles, and then the Justice here. Oh, okay. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Leo. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could also be dealing with a Libra here. With the Strength card, the King of Pentacles, and the Justice. Right now, some of you guys are being encouraged to save your money here. Okay, some of you guys are being encouraged to really focus on your stability right now. There's like justice in this. If somebody owes you money, I'm hearing they would be wise to pay you back. Okay, because it feels like karma's at play here. Now, right now, with the Strength of the King of Pentacles and the Justice, like Strength, you need to hold back from like spending money. Some of you guys, you do have good money right now, but you're at a point where you're trying to build stability, right? Because the King of Pentacles talks about stability, talks about, you know, having everything in order, his financials in order. Male or female, doesn't matter, but it feels like you guys are needing to really target your masculine energy here, because you need to have a little bit more self-control when it comes to how you're spending. Not that I'm saying masculine energies are more controlled in their emotions than feminine energies, but it just feels like when this King of Pentacles energy kind of comes into play when they show up, it's the kind of energy where it's like they see the value in money, they see the value in investing it, they see the value in saving it, and so that's how you need to see it, right? Like there's the masculine energy talks about taking action. So that's what you guys need to do. Like take action by like saving your money, by investing it if you need to. And this is all gonna work out for you. Okay. Some of you guys need to cut out like spending here as well. Like useless spending is what I'm hearing. Like I'm telling you guys right now, you don't know what's to come, and granted this is what you don't see coming, but this feels like a warning here. Start saving your money, because there's something here you don't see coming that you're going to need this money, okay? And you'd be doing yourself a service by doing that, okay? Because this is justice. Justice is saying like, look, we're trying to be fair with you, right? This is what's fair. So we're giving you fair warning. Save your money. You don't know why, okay? So stop spending on things you don't need to spend on here. With the World, you have a new chapter coming in. Okay, let's talk about that. I feel like it is going to happen here during Libra season, as we just finished talking about the Justice. There are old cycles that are closing. It feels like with these doors here in this hallway, it feels like you guys are going to be able to kind of choose your next cycle here is what it really feels like, okay? Do you want to go through the cycle of you know, enjoyment? Do you want to go through the cycle of headaches? Do you want to go through the cycle of the same stuff you've been going through? Or do you want to open up a new door here, right? So again, it feels like Spirit's going to give you the options. Granted, you don't really know this. This is what you don't see coming, but either way, it's like you don't know this. It feels like the next thing that you invest in, the next person you invest in, that's the door you're choosing. Okay, so be mindful of that, okay? If you're not in a place where you should be dating right now, you should be focusing more on work. Like pick the door of focusing on work, because that's going to pay off for you, right? Like love will come eventually. Or maybe it is time for love and you need to focus more on love, maybe self-love, or putting yourself out there. And you know, your stability is good right now, so you can kind of like, you can close that door. Like you still have your money, you're good, you know? So again, just really gauge like where you are right now in your life is really the advice that I'm getting here for you guys, in order for you to navigate for the next cycle here, because like I said, it's going to be your choice, right? With the Death card, the World to the Death, let's talk about how you have new beginnings and endings, right? This is just confirming that. It feels like what you don't see coming is that things are going to be happening quickly for you and things are going to be ending quickly for you, okay? So it's like, I feel like if you guys, I don't know why I just got this, if you're like in a lawsuit, if you're like having to deal with the justice system here, like the legal system, something's gonna come to an end. It feels like there's some deceitful energy here. Yeah, I'm getting chills, okay? Normally chills for me, whenever I get them when I say something, that's confirmation. That's like Spirit telling me like I'm on the right path with something. It's the weirdest thing, but that's how I take that, like it's the truth what I'm telling you right now, okay? So if you've been worried about something where it comes to some sort of legal matter, I see that going away. I genuinely see that going away, and it just feels like someone here has been very deceitful. Someone's been lying here about something. So it feels like something's going to work out in your favor, okay? So have faith. Know that things are going to work out in your favor. This is confirmation of that, but just know that whatever that situation is, this is a little bit of a sidebar, that it's going to come to an end, so you will be fine, okay? Just believe that you're going to be fine, because I'm telling you that you are, okay? And so with the World to the Death, be open to the new cycles beginning and ending here, because ultimately at the end of the day, like I said, things just need to happen quickly. In fact, you could be like, your next cycle could be like, okay, you got to go through this door. Okay, you're done with that cycle. Cool. Okay, go to this one. That's what it feels like. You guys could be having to go into different like cycles really quickly. And this could be because you've learned the lessons from past ones where you're like, okay, I walked through this door of love here. This person reminds me of someone that I used to deal with. And like, they're like not a really good person. I could feel that. I could sense that. My intuition. Cool. Done there. All right, cool. Boom. Next. Money. All right, cool. Da da da. So that's what it feels like. You guys could be going through several doors right now because you've learned these lessons. And so it just feels like you have like rebirths. You have new things coming in, okay? With the Deaths of the Four of Pentacles, some of you guys, what you don't see coming, something you've been holding on to, person, place, or thing, you're going to be releasing here. Okay, and it feels like you're giving yourself an opportunity to just kind of start new, start fresh. Okay, some of you guys are going to be moving, some of you guys are going to be buying new property, some of you guys are going to be fixing property, right? Because like in the movie, right, her and her husband, they're fixing up this house, or I don't know what they're doing, they're just like decorating it, and this person right here, right, she wants to like convince them to sell it and they don't want to. So it just feels like where you guys are right now, you could be building something that's actually going to be worth more here in the near future. People are going to want it, okay? So if you've had any doubts about like something that you're working on or working towards, it feels like whatever it is that you're building right now, like people are going to want whatever this is, okay? So don't be in your head about it. Because if you hold on to energy where you believe that, like, oh, this isn't going to work out, or, oh, I'm in over my head, then yeah, like you're putting that energy out there. But Spirit's saying, like, release that energy. And that's what you don't see coming, is that, like, what you consider a burden right now is actually going to turn into a blessing, okay? You have the Four of Pentacles to the Eight of Swords. Yeah, don't overstress yourselves, okay? I feel like what you don't see coming is that, like, if you've been feeling overwhelmed, this isn't quite like the Nine of Swords yet, right? This isn't quite like the Ten of Wands, but it does feel more so like you guys have this opportunity to really end any overthinking here, okay? And again, I didn't even realize like this is how it is, but I'm going back to that legal thing with that Eight of Swords to the Justice. You guys could be like stressing over some sort of legal matter here, okay? And so, again, it just feels like things are going to work out in your favor. So anything that you've been holding on to, what you don't see coming, is that you need to release this energy, okay? And you will be releasing it. So it just feels like with this Eight of Swords here, you're starting to realize that it does you no good to hold on to things that don't bring you peace. It's no good to hold on to energy that's just going to keep you stressed out and raise your cortisol levels is what I'm getting, all right? So that's what I have for you, Cancer. Hopefully this helps and resonates. Catch you guys on the next one. Let's see. We have Sagittarius here. All right, Sag, let's start you off at 60 minutes exact, or at least an hour here. All right, what do we have for Sagittarius? What doesn't Sagittarius see coming? Sag, you could have allergies. My nose is starting to itch. All right, you guys have the Eight of Wands. You have the Seven of Cups, the Page of Wands, and then you have the Four of Pentacles, and then you have the Eight of Cups, the Hierophant, the Six of Wands. All right, Sag. Some of you guys are going to some of you guys are gonna take a risk and like elope. There's something here about eloping, getting married. There's something here about like saying like, I want to walk into this new. So you guys could be walking into a new commitment here, okay? So if you're not going to elope, this is what you don't see coming, all right? You could be eloping here with someone that you're dealing with. Yeah, you have the Ace of Swords here. They could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, maybe heavy Aquarius because you have the Star. And then, yeah, here's the Gemini, the Magician. Dang. All right. Just real quick with the Ace of Swords, the Star, and the Magician. A lot of you guys are going to be getting clarity through some sort of blessing that's coming in for you, and it's going to help you to navigate. It's funny because I feel like the air signs got the Magician as well. A lot of them did, or a couple of them did. So it just feels like, yeah, you could either be dealing with a Libra, or you could be dealing with an Aquarius here, or even a Gemini. But it feels like you're going to get a lot of clarity as to what it is that you want next here, okay? So if you guys have been like struggling with like, what do I do next? Where's like my wish fulfillment? What are my prayers or wishes ever going to be answered? And it feels like yes they are, okay? It does feel like that's what you don't see coming, is that you do have some sort of wish fulfillment coming in. It's going to help to enhance your current reality right now. And with that Magician being there, it feels like you're going to be able to build off of whatever that blessing is, and it's going to create a new reality for you, okay? With the Eight of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Six of Wands, again, it feels like you guys are walking into new commitments here. If you're starting a new job, you're going to be successful. You're going to get a lot of attention for it. If you are starting a new relationship, you and your person are going to be really good together. You're going to be bonded together, and it just feels like the relationship is headed towards success, okay? So it feels like if you guys are walking into new cycles here, if you guys are like really entertaining the fact of like the next step in your life where this is a new job. This is like Hierophant, it's not just a job, it's a career. So you guys could be walking towards a career path here, and you're going to be really good at it. You could be walking, you know, from dating to being in a relationship with this person. You guys are going to end up moving in together, and it's going to be a successful and a harmonious relationship, okay? So again, it just feels like whatever it is you guys are doing, moving forward, it just feels like you're being met with a lot of positive energy. It's ushering in these new cycles so that you can start to see karmic retribution. All right, what you don't see coming, Eight of Wands. You got communication coming in here. This could have something to do with your options here. Yeah, you guys could be getting callbacks here. Some of you guys want to be like actors. Somebody got like the part or something like that. Some of you guys could be getting interviews here. It's what you don't see coming. It feels like there may have been like a moment here where see how he's like, so in the movie, like Beetlejuice, he like technically has him like wrapped up, like dangling or whatever. This reminds me of the Hanged Man. A lot of you guys could be feeling stuck right now, but what you don't see coming is that opportunities are coming your way right now, okay? This could be, if you're single, this is opportunities in love. If you're not liking where you're living, this is an opportunity to go rent or buy a house somewhere else. Career, you name it, okay? It feels like you guys are going to get options and the things that you're actually wanting the options in, right? So it just feels like you have this opportunities that are going to be coming in. You're going to be getting callbacks from people. You're going to be getting communication about, hey, did you hear they're hiring over here? And they're going to pick you, you know? It's that kind of energy where it's like, whatever it is you guys are looking for is looking for you. Okay, so if you're looking for love, it's looking for you. So maybe put yourselves out there in the dating apps, or, you know, put yourselves out there, like physically going out there and dating people, okay? If you're looking for jobs, start filling out those applications, especially for specific jobs that you're looking for. If there's something new you want to try, I see it working out in your favor. So you'll be hearing communication back about something like that, okay? This is like if you want to go in a new direction. So it does feel like whatever it is you're doing, however it is that you're going about these things, you are genuinely going to start to get like, the opportunities to really like move in these directions, okay? So be intentional with your actions at this point in time, because what you don't see coming is that like those intentions that you put out there, they're going to be coming back to you tenfold, okay? With the Seven of Cups to the Page of Wands here, yeah, it feels like you guys are starting something new somewhere new, okay? It feels like you guys are genuinely are going to be answering the call here, right? Whatever communication comes in, it feels like you guys are going to take a chance. It feels like you're going to take a chance on yourself. So this is you guys entertaining a new job. This is you guys agreeing to go on a date. This is you guys just putting yourselves out there, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. You guys could be like getting into reading, or maybe there's like a book you want to read. Maybe you are reading a specific book and you're like really into it here. There's a level of curiosity that's being highlighted to me for you guys here. So you guys could be looking good. You guys could be doing like self-help books as well, or maybe you benefit from that. But yeah, maybe somebody here wants to be a counselor, or maybe you are a counselor. Some of you guys can be eating more red meat as well, or maybe you need to. Maybe you're like low in iron, like you need to eat more red meat. Okay, that's all I got with that. Page of Wands to the Four of Pentacles. There's an opportunity that you guys have that you don't see coming. Where if there's something you've always wanted, this is like, I've always wanted to skydive, and like you're gonna get an opportunity to do it. Okay, this is like bucket list shit is what I'm getting. So it feels like there's going to be an opportunity that comes up for you. It feels like either someone surprising you with this opportunity, or you yourself are putting yourself in this position to experience this. But it feels like something you've held on to is going to finally like come to fruition for you, okay? So like I said, like someone here may want to skydive. I don't know. I know I don't, but like if that's your thing, it feels like you're gonna do it, okay? It feels like if you guys are wanting to travel somewhere, you're gonna do it. It just feels like whatever it is that you're putting your mind to right now, in which you want to do or entertain, I see you moving forward in that direction and making it happen for yourself, okay? And you guys are going to be really grateful and happy that you did. I'm hearing proud and satisfied. So that's what I have for you, Sag. Let's see. What do we got for Leo? Leo, what don't you see coming? Let's start you off, Leo, at 750 here. All right, Leo, what don't you see coming? What doesn't Leo see coming, Spirit? All right, you guys have the Six of Wands, the Hierophant, the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and then you have the Eight of Swords, Temperance, and the Knight of Cups here, okay? The Wheel of Fortune wants to pop out. You guys do have, you guys have luck when it comes to love. Okay, if you guys have been wanting to put yourselves out there in love, I feel like you have a fated connection that's coming in or it's already here. New love is genuinely on the horizon for you, and so it's up to you if you want to go in that direction, as she is riding that bike. So it just feels like you guys can decide to go in the direction of love where you're fated, or you can always make that left turn or that right turn or whatever turn, or don't go anywhere, just stay parked, right? So you do have a new opportunity coming in for love when it comes to you singles. Also, too, if you are currently in a relationship, it feels like you and your person are going to be building on this love. The devil was there in the deck, and it feels like marriage to me. Like it symbolizes marriage, not for the toxicity elements, but because it always depicts two people that are bonded together. Okay, so it feels like you could currently be in a relationship that's going to be headed in the direction of longevity, whether that's marriage or whether that's just you and your person being together for a really long time. Okay, you have the Eight of Swords, the Temperance. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius here, and then you have a Knight of Cups. Some of you guys are being patient when it comes to your love life here, okay? Some of you guys right now are in your head about whether or not you want to move forward in that direction. Like, remember in this scene where, like, he's forcing her to, like, get married, right? And she's just, like, so uncertain about this. She doesn't even want to do it. So a lot of you guys, you're trying to be patient with yourselves in terms of moving in the direction of love, because it feels like you don't want to make a wrong turn here, okay? Because it's such a big deal. Like, maybe you do want to be in love. Maybe you don't want to be in love. Maybe you don't even want to be in a relationship, right? And, like, maybe you're currently dealing with someone and it's hard for you. It's a rock and a hard place because this isn't something you're used to. You could be dating someone that you're not used to dating. This is someone that, like, if you're used to dating, like, jerks, this guy's a sweetheart or this woman's a sweetheart. Like, it's the opposite of what you've attracted before. And so a lot of you guys, because you don't have that aspect to you healed yet where you genuinely believe that this is someone that you deserve because they're a good person. Some of you guys are rejecting it right now, but you're trying to be patient with yourself because you know that this is a good person. You know that this is a really good and healthy situation. And so that you're not making these quick, like, movements in the wrong direction. A lot of you guys are just, like, needing to take a beat here, take a breather, and figure out which direction you want to go in. Okay, so that's what I have for you singles out there, or those of you that are in a relationship. It feels too, if you are single, you could meet somebody that you feel is right person, wrong time. Okay, so that's something you're gonna have to work out here, okay? Six of Wands, I see you guys getting some sort of attention here. Feels like there's accolades, there's people that are gonna be praising you. There's something here about a job well done, okay? It feels like you guys are busting your asses either at work or on yourselves, or just something here about, like, you guys, right? Really wanting to make something work, bettering yourselves. And so it just feels like moving forward here with that Six of Wands. I see you guys moving into a cycle here of what you don't see coming is of more successes. You have more success coming your way right now. And maybe you guys are studying, maybe you guys are going back to school, maybe you guys are learning a little bit more about your jobs here, that it's making you a better employee, it's making you a better student or something like that. Maybe you guys are managers, and so, like, you're passing on this knowledge, and so it makes you a better teacher, better mentor. Okay, some of you guys need to find a mentor. There's something here that you guys may need help with in terms of moving forward in order to see the success. Okay, with the Six of Wands to the Hierophant, yeah, you guys could be finding that. For those of you that have been doing the work, okay, when it comes to, like, relationships, and I'm talking about love relationships here, it could feel that you guys, what you don't see coming is that you're going to start to attract more successful candidates to be in long-term relationships with, okay? It feels like you could be attracting higher quality people here, people that are emotionally available, people that are emotionally mature. And so it just feels like moving forward here, whatever it is, it feels like you're going to be successful at. So again, if you're learning about a new job, this is about a new commitment, right? So it feels like you're committing yourselves to becoming a better version of yourselves pertaining to a certain subject matter. So this is like you guys, like, maybe you're doing self-help books, right? Maybe you're doing you're learning about relationships, like, you know, from perspective of people who have successful relationships, and then you're moving into this energy. So it just feels like whatever that you're dedicating your time to learning right now, you're going to be seeing successes in that here fairly shortly, okay? You do have new relationships on the horizon for you. You do have opportunities here that are going to come out of nowhere. I'm hearing like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah. And I'm only saying that because like it looks like he busts through that wall there. I can't remember if he busts through the wall in the movie or not. But, you know, it just feels like, see how the color is green? It just feels like you got like the green light. You see how that just glowed right there? That was pretty awesome. But yeah, it just feels like there's this opportunity here for new commitments, new relationships, new ways of doing and thinking. You guys also too could be signing new leases. You could be signing or getting like a deed to your house or something like that. It just feels like you guys are on the right track here. You guys too could be looking up like houses. You could be looking up new jobs. It just feels like whatever this is, you guys are learning more about it because you genuinely want to commit yourself to whatever this is or to whoever this is, okay? With the Hierophant to the Eight of Cups, yeah, it feels like once you've secured the bag is what I'm hearing. Once you've secured the relationship, once you've secured the job, you're going to be able to move forward here, okay? So it feels like if you've been having any kind of doubts or self-doubt specifically about whether or not you're good enough for this job or this relationship or for this house or whatever, if you've been trying to talk yourself out of moving forward in a situation, I see you guys finally coming to terms, finally accepting that you are worthy, and you will be moving forward in your truth with this, okay? You guys are going to be walking away from a job here as well, as what I'm getting, okay? Feels like that's what you don't see coming. A lot of you guys are like, oh, like maybe you threatened to always quit, right? But it feels like it's coming. It feels like there's either going to be like a day where you're like, I don't want to do this, or maybe like an opportunity comes your way and you're able to quit. But whatever this is, I do see you guys not being tied to something for very long here, okay? With that Eight of Cups to the Ace of Swords, you guys are moving in your truth. You're moving in your clarity. A lot of you guys are just like, you're done with trying to conform or concede to whatever other people perceive as your truth, okay? People are like, we love you and this person together, and maybe you don't want to be in a relationship. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna live in your truth, okay? Oh, you shouldn't leave that job. You've been there for like 15 years, but it doesn't make me happy. So I'm going to live in my truth. Okay. That's what you guys are doing. And that's what you don't see coming, is that you're going to start to have more conviction. You guys are the Strength card in the tarot deck, right? As well as the Sun. All right. This has a lot to do with self-illumination here. So it just feels like you guys are genuinely going to be moving in a direction where everything's going to be illuminated to you, because you're finally going to be living the way you want to live. You're going to be doing the things that you want to do, and you're not going to be like just, you know, conceding to what other people want for you. You're going to be finally giving yourself the opportunity to give yourself exactly what you want, okay? So I do see this like energy coming in for you where it's just, you're going to feel like a different person, because essentially you are going to be a different person, because you're finally going to be able to live the life that you see fit for yourself. So that's what I have for you, Leo. Let's see what we have next for Aries. Aries, let's start you off at 1640. All right, Aries, what don't you see coming? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Aries placement. What doesn't Aries see coming? One more. Oh. Yeah, let's take this one. This one wants to come out. All right, you guys have the Ten of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and then you have the Seven of Wands here. Let me turn this light on here. Maybe it makes a difference. Yeah. Oh yeah, way better. Way better. You guys are finally going to be out of the dark, okay? It just feels like there's clarity here. There's a light that's being shone on something for you. And so it just feels like finally you're going to be able to see something for what it is, see someone for who they are. You're going to be able to move forward and just create the life that you want, or just get yourself out of a situation. You have the Gemini here. You have the Devil. And then you have the Ace of Wands. You guys are about to find yourselves either entertaining a Gemini, a Capricorn, or another Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You guys have, what you don't see coming is you have a really great passionate encounter coming in for you. Okay, with the devil to the ace of wands, this is something that you're going to think about for years to come. This is something that it's going to become a standard for you. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing, because when you're comparing people or situations, you may seem like you're never satisfied, but it just feels like you have this encounter that's coming in that's going to be really, really passionate. Also, too, outside of that, with the magician, the devil, and the ace of wands, a lot of you guys are going to be obsessed. I'm telling you, obsessed with creating new realities for yourself here. I'm talking about passionate realities. This is about you starting over. This is about throwing away the canvas that you have, getting a blank one, and starting to paint a brand new picture here. This is you guys, um, this is you guys picking up and leaving. This is you quitting your jobs, and people are like, what are you doing? Some of you guys could be quitting like your 9 to 5 in order to pursue like social media. Like maybe you're an influencer, or maybe your channel's doing really good and you're starting to see like monetary like just money coming in from it. So it feels like you're going to be obsessed with some sort of passion, with some sort of desire here. And I see you guys creating like an abundant energy here from that. Okay, so it just feels like you guys are genuinely going to take a risk here moving forward into this new reality that you're going to be creating for yourself. Okay, starting off though, let's talk about the Ten of Swords, what you don't see coming. There is some sort of ending, several endings here. You could be dealing with someone that constantly like comes around, somebody that's entitled to your energy, someone that feels entitled to your time. It feels like there's an ending that's coming in for you with that here. I'm also hearing Louis Vuitton red bottoms. His shoes are red, but I'm just really thinking like Louis Vuitton, like red bottoms here. So that, to me, this could be the end of you being frugal. This could be the end of money troubles, right? Like if you're walking around in Louis Vuittons, like you're doing pretty damn good than the majority of people out there, right? So it feels like you guys, one of two things, are either putting an end to some sort of like over exaggerated spending habit that you have, always needing to buy quality things, okay? Therefore putting more money in your pocket, or it's the end of you guys not having to worry about the money in your pocket and being able to splurge. Okay, but it does feel like here you do have someone, it's Aldo, that's trying to crawl through that window there. It just feels like there is this ending that's coming about. So the way you could see it is he's either coming in or he's coming out. So either way, it feels like you guys are stopping an energy in its tracks, and you're not gonna allow it to come and interfere. Okay, and that's what you don't see coming. Maybe, like I said, there's somebody that's around you. This could even be a job. You just put an ending to a job. You're like, you know what? You guys ask for too much. You pay for too little. I'm done. Okay. With the Ten of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, this is you guys causing an ending, what you don't see coming, in order to create a fairness, a balance for yourselves, okay? It feels like with this ending, you're finally going to be able to see some sort of karmic retribution. It's like a lot of you guys, like I said, this could be a job that you're constantly, like, you're always working, but you have no free time for yourself, right? This is a person that always takes up all your energy, and you don't have time to go do other things. You don't have time to, like, work on the projects you want to work on, or go to the gym, or have you time. So it just feels like you guys are genuinely putting an ending to a situation, person, place, or thing that takes up the majority of your time. And so now that you have more free time, you're going to be able to really, I'm hearing checks and balances. You guys are really going to be able to like figure out where your imbalances are, and you're going to be able to fix them pretty quickly. Okay. And that's what you don't see coming with that. With the Six of Pentacles to the Four of Swords, no more breadcrumbing is what I'm hearing. A lot of you guys are done being put through the ringer. You're done with people trying to take advantage of your energy, trying to take advantage of your time, your kindness, your generosity here. It feels like you guys are putting your foot down here. And at the same time, too, with that Six of Pentacles to the Four of Swords, you're like, you know what? If I sleep on myself, how can I expect other people not to sleep on me either? Okay. So this is you guys showing up for yourselves. You might be tired. So some of you guys could be like on a fitness journey, and it's like you could be super tired. Your schedule is very taxing on you, but you still show up to the gym every day after work. Okay, this is you guys, like, despite how you feel, putting in the effort to make things right, to balance things out here. Okay, so if this is about your mental health, you're doing everything that you can, no matter how tired you are, no matter how much you feel like you've relapsed or backtracked. You're like, I gotta keep going. And so it's like you could be tired right now of a cycle, but it's like you're trying to keep the balance here. You're trying to make sure that things stay copacetic, and like just the way that you need them to be, okay? Some of you guys, what you don't see coming, I see you guys like just crashing out a lot more. You guys could be falling asleep earlier than usual. She's falling asleep there with the remote in her hands, okay? So you guys could think that you're like gonna stay up all night or something like that, and it just feels like you guys are sleeping a lot earlier than what you're used to. And again, it just feels like this is tied to your guys' energy right now, where you guys could be doing a lot. And so you guys are like tired by the time you even like want to turn on the TV or want to look on your phone to like scroll. You're just passed out once your head hits the pillow. So I do see you guys getting more rest. But again, the only reason you're getting more rest is because you're exhausted. So I'm hearing like the duality of that. Okay, so just be mindful. Just make sure that you're getting enough sleep here, so that you're not feeling like overwhelmed or overburdened with whatever energy is currently kind of taking over those aspects of your time, okay? With the Four of Swords to the Seven of Wands, yeah, this all has to do with that Six of Pentacles. You guys are no longer going to be a blockage to yourselves, okay? A lot of you guys are done, like, trying to force things to happen. You guys are the Emperor, so you guys genuinely could have control issues here, right? The Emperor wants to control everything. So some of you guys are done just trying to control things. Some of you guys are realizing that you are not in control of anything. Like in the movie, right? With that crane, remember the crane, like, it pretty much captures her, like, makes her stuck or whatever. So again, it just feels like you guys could be as controlling as I forgot the mom's name in the movie. Anyways, you could be as controlling as she is, right? Because in the movie, she's really controlling. She's trying to tell everybody what to do and how to do it, right? But it's like, this kind of puts her in check when they drop her sculpture on her. She's like, I don't want to die like this. So again, some of you guys are like giving it up to the universe. Like, okay, like you guys win. Like, I don't want to die on this hill. I don't want to like keep trying to control things that I'm not in control of. So there's a realization here that the more that you try to control people, places, things, the more blockages you're creating for yourself. So some of you guys are just saying like, F it. Just Jesus, take the wheel. Universe, spirit, God, just what I need to do. You guys are in control. I'm done. I'm over it. You win. That's what I'm hearing, okay? So you guys could genuinely be throwing in the towel on something that you've had such strong conviction on because you're just tired of there's more like loss and grievance than there is like rewards and happiness with whatever this is, okay? So that's what I have for you, Aries. Hopefully this helps and resonates. Let's see what we got for Taurus. Taurus, what don't you see coming here? Let's start you off at let's see, 126 10. All right, let's see. What do we got for you, Taurus? What do we got for you? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Taurus placements. What don't you see coming? Do like a quick shuffle here for you guys. Sorry if it's loud. Alright, what do we got for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Taurus placements. What don't they see coming? Okay, you guys could be dealing with an Aries, which Taurus is always tied to the Aries somehow. You got the Six of Pentacles here. You got the Four of Swords. You have the Tower. And then you have the Devil here. And then you have the Page of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups here. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, a small investment turns into a huge financial windfall here. With the Page of Wands to the Page of Pentacles to the Seven of Cups, you guys are going to invest in the right cup. This could be love. This could be money. It is saying money. So if you guys are mostly focused right now on like work and finances, it feels like you're going to take a chance here, okay? There's something you're curious about. You could be curious about a position that's opening up at your job. You could be curious about a new position. You could have applied for like a position. You're like, I am a page, so I don't know very much about this, okay? So whatever this is, it feels like this is like a new investment. This is something you don't know too much about, but you're willing to learn. You're like, you're applying for a job where you're like, listen, like I may not know how to do this, but if you guys train me, like I'll be like the best investment you guys ever made. Okay, so there's something here. You guys may need to talk somebody into giving you a chance. Okay, and be clear, be concise, be honest about what you're offering, whether this is love or money. Okay, this could be like anything, but it just feels like small investments turn into a big financial windfall here. Okay, with that Page of Wands, you're going into something new, something you don't really know about. Page of Pentacles, you're like, look, if I have to take a pay cut, I'm gonna take it. Seven of Cups, you're like, you can see the reason you're doing this is because you can see a bigger opportunity. Okay, because you're like, let's say for example, this is you, let's say you want to open up a pizza shop. That's so freaking random. And you're like, okay, if I'm gonna go and I'm gonna open up a pizza shop, then I gotta see if like maybe there's like a spot around me, like an owner that'll let me like come and work, and like he could pay me like very little. He doesn't even have to pay me. I'll just do it for free. I just want to learn the ins and outs, right? And so you're going into this new business with as the Page of Wands. You're like, I really want to do this. I'm inspired. I have a really great feeling about this. And then with Page of Pentacles, like I said, you're like I have very little, or I'm willing to make very little to none. I just want to know. Seven of Cups, you already like, you see that there is a possibility to expand, right? With the pizza business, you can franchise it, you can make, you know, all these other locations with that franchise, you can do all kinds of things. And so then because you do that, then you're here. Okay, so you see the bigger picture in something, and you're like willing to kind of do almost anything because you're like, I'll take the hit now because I'm gonna get the win later. Okay, I'm hearing I'm living right now because I was right back then. So it feels like right now you guys have this opportunity, or maybe this was in the recent past, where you made the right investment. You invested in yourself. You took the very little that you had, and you were like, okay, like I'm gonna make millions. I'm gonna make whatever off of this, and it works out in your favor, or it worked out in your favor. Six of Pentacles, where you don't see coming. It feels like there is an opportunity for you guys to fix any imbalances in your life right now. Okay, it feels like checks and balances is what I'm getting. You guys are genuinely taking inventory of what has caused imbalances in your life, what's causing you to procrastinate, what's causing you to gain weight, what's causing you to, you know, to feel tired, right? So again, there's like something here about checking like inventory on yourself here, because this does feel like more of a personal development situation than anything else. You guys are going to start to become more self-aware, and so by that, it's going to allow you to really just create a balance here so that you're not cheating yourself, because the Six of Pentacles does talk about breadcrumbing, but it's like other people don't just have to breadcrumb you. A lot of the time we breadcrumb ourselves, right? We convince ourselves that we're not worthy of this position or worthy of this blessing, or so it's like when you finally have that self-awareness and you're like being honest with yourself and holding yourself accountable, then you're able to move forward in an energy where you're like, oh dang, okay, like all right, I'm ready. Like I know exactly what I need to do. I know exactly how I need to do it. So it just feels like that's exactly what you don't see coming, is that you're going to start taking like this inventory of what you could be fixing right now in your life, and it's going to put you on the right path. Okay, with the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, this is you guys proclaiming like no more like making excuses as to why I'm not where I need to be, why I'm not the person I know I can be, right? So it just feels like you guys are putting to rest any excuses that you have that are going to come in and create these imbalances, because it's like once you become aware of like what the problem is and you start working on it, you're starting to see that it takes a lot more work now because maybe you let something go like far too long, right? And so because you did that, it's like, dang, this is like if you were like, let's say this is a weight thing, right? Because it's like the easiest thing to like really utilize it as an example. Let's say you were 150, and at 150 you were like, all right, like I'm pretty big, like I need to like, you know, lose weight. And then you go on this fitness journey and maybe you lost a couple of pounds, but then you stopped because you became lazy or because your schedule didn't permit it. And then you like ballooned up to like 180, and you're like, dang, like I need to get back to 150. But then like you're realizing like, damn, like it's a lot harder to drop those extra 30 pounds. It's easy to put them on, it's harder to take them off. And so there's like this moment where you're like, damn, like you have to understand and appreciate the fact that you're being given this opportunity to finally put yourself in a healthier position, right? To be able to lose this weight. Because it feels like Spirit's going to give you this blessing, okay? Because you're going to become self-aware. You're going to realize like it's not about getting what you want and then taking it for granted. It's about realizing how hard you genuinely work for something like that so that you can be grateful for the end result. Okay, so there's something here about enjoying the process and finding gratitude in the process, because you're going to realize something's a lot more work than it has been before, because maybe you're like used to like dropping weight like that, right? Like just boom, but for whatever reason you can't do it this time. Okay. Four of Swords. You guys are gonna be getting more rest. Same thing I was telling Aries. It feels like you guys could be exhausted here. You guys could be incorporating more in your schedule now that you're having this like check, like this inventory here. Some of you guys are like, all right, like I need to get up at this time and I need to work out and I need to do this and I need to do that. So it seems like you guys are gonna be really strict about some sort of schedule, some sort of routine that you have. It's gonna put you on a better path, but you guys are gonna be exhausted. Okay, you guys are gonna get home and you're just gonna like, the minute your head hits the pillow, you're knocked out, okay? And you're just starting up your day all over again. With the Four of Swords to the Tower, some of you guys, you're not used to this, okay? Like some of you guys are used to having energy. Some of you guys are used to just being able to do whatever it is that you need to do. But it just feels like there's this Tower moment where you're just like, man, like, am I overdoing it? Like, you know what I mean? So it just feels like, by you guys, okay, this is how I'm seeing it. By you guys doing the work right now, holding yourselves accountable. Yes, you're going to be exhausted, but you're avoiding future tower moments, and that's what you don't see coming. So if you're like, damn, like, is this even going to be worth it? Why am I doing this? You're doing this now because you're avoiding a tower moment later, right? Because this is this is the bridge, right, that they cross and they end up dying on. So don't die on that hill. Don't die on this like don't take with you this idea that like, oh, it needs to be like this, or I have time, or there's something here about like, no, like you got to do it now. Like now is the opportunity, okay? So the more that you have self-awareness, the more that you're going to give yourself encouragement instead of excuses, and you're going to start to see the change, right? So again, you're avoiding a tower moment here. It says come back again soon. Yeah, it's like it just feels like you completely bypass a tower moment because you're doing something right now. And that's what you don't see coming, right? I don't know what the tower is. I'm not even going to clarify it. It feels like it needs to just kind of be like on its own. But it just feels like, yeah, like continue on this path that you're on, or you need to start on this new path because you're going to completely bypass, right? You like, you get a get out of free jail card here is what this feels like, all right? So take that for what it is, but I would genuinely, this is what you don't see coming. You have a tower coming if you don't do the work now. So that's a warning, okay? With the Tower to the Devil here, some of you guys could be fixated on a tower. Something could have happened to you guys that completely like strikes this whole new beginning here. Because Six of Pentacles, right? I'm trying to get my life together. Well, that doesn't happen without something happening, right? You don't realize that you're being breadcrumbed until like you realize that the person that's been breadcrumbing you is taking someone else seriously. You don't realize that, you know, you're completely off track with your health until you go to the doctors and you realize that you're not as healthy, or you're climbing up that flight of stairs and you're out of breath, or you know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't know until like something has to shine the light on you to show you like, hey, you got to fix this now. So it feels like you guys could be obsessing here. You guys are using some form of toxic situation that may have come about that has sparked this whole change here. This could be like a relationship ended. Again, you're just not happy with where you are. Things just keep like, maybe you keep hitting tower moments, right? But this is what you don't see coming, is that what initially gives you the spark is going to continue to light this flame under you. And it's going to like take you to like a higher level here. Okay. It's going to bring you like to a better point in your life. So be grateful for whatever it is that triggered this change, because you're going to be avoiding that tower moment. And again, it's going to be the basis of your motivation here for quite some time. But I'm seeing it as like a good thing, which is kind of ironic because like the tower and the devil themselves or itself is not necessarily positive cards, but I'm not taking this in a negative way. So again, it just feels like be grateful. Okay. All right. Who do we have next? We got Virgo. All right, Virgo. Let's start yours off at what are we? 130, we'll do 137, 40, 50. 137.50. All right, Virgo, let's see. What messages on what you don't see coming? What don't you see coming, Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Virgo placements. Interesting. Okay. All right, you guys got the Nine of Pentacles. You have the Six of Swords. The Eight of Wands. You have the... Oh, okay. Here we go. Ha! I knew it. I should have said it. I kept seeing the Empress. Some of you guys could be pregnant. Or you're about to be pregnant because you got the Tower to the Devil to the Fool. Yeah, congratulations. Those of you that want to be pregnant, this is because you had a very passionate encounter with someone here with the Ace of Wands. This is a blessing. So it feels like those of you that are finding out that you're pregnant, or this is something that you don't see coming, pregnancy is coming here for somebody. This is a new beginning. This is a blessing because the Ace of Wands is tied to it. And it is, like I said, it's a Tower, the Devil, and the Fool here. So congratulations to those of you that find out here in the near future that you're going to be mothers, or maybe you're newly mothers, or maybe you have kids, you are a mother. Okay. With the Tower, the Devil, and the Fool here, I'm hearing by any means necessary. What you don't see coming, or some of you are already at this energy. A lot of you guys took a Tower moment. The Tower moment here was like, you know what? I'm gonna create a Tower moment for myself. A lot of you guys picked up where you were and you moved ship, or you need to, or you took a chance, you took a risk, you obsessed over this with the Devil, and then you got a new beginning out of it, okay? It feels like you guys were not happy, or here what you don't see coming is like you're going to be so unhappy in a certain situation that you're just going to be like, I don't even care anymore. You're going to bring a Tower moment to somebody, or the Tower moment you're just going to create yourself, right? This is like chaos. This is like in the middle of a job, like getting up and leaving, right? But this is like, I don't know, let's say you're like a factory worker or something like that, and your job is like the most important, or one of the most important ones, and you got to push a button at a certain time, and you're just like, F this, and you like leave, and like things are backing up in the factory. Like it's so ridiculous, but like that's how chaotic this particular situation is. With the Tower, the Devil, and the Fool, again, it's like people might perceive you doing something here in the near future as like you're crazy, as like you are a fool. Like, how could you leave that person? Like, they make so much money. Yeah, but they don't make me happy. Yeah, but they've got stability, and you just had a child. Yeah, but they don't make me happy. Like, why would I, subject my child to this? So there's going to be, I'm seeing like the Judgment card in my head. There's going to be some sort of decision that you make that a lot of people are not going to be behind. But only you know why you're doing this. And so you're being encouraged to keep moving forward, because you will be met with some sort of blessing here, okay? And the Fool itself is the blessing, because it's a new beginning, it's a new direction for you, and that's what it feels like. You guys are going in a new direction here, okay? With the Nine of Pentacles, what you don't see coming, some of you guys are about to be single, okay? Some of you guys are continuing to be single, but maybe you have a little bit of a glow up here. Money's starting to look better. You're starting to buy more quality outfits, fragrances, makeups, shoes. You're getting more expensive haircuts. There's just something here about the way that you present yourself to people. It feels like you're very self-sustaining. You smell rich is what I'm hearing, okay? So it just feels like you guys are genuinely embracing some sort of independence here. Even if you are in a relationship, it just feels like you guys are doing this like for your self-esteem is what it feels like. Especially if you're a woman is what I'm getting. Like some of you guys could be putting more effort and emphasis into your looks, okay? And again, it just feels like it's boosting up your confidence here. Maybe your partner's like all about it, or maybe you're doing this so that you can get the attention of your partner, but it's like if you're not getting their attention, you definitely have somebody else's, okay? So it just feels like you guys are genuinely embracing like singlehood here, is what I see. Also too, some of you guys could be getting like a ring or something like that. He's got a ring on, and it's got like a ruby. Maybe you guys will benefit from wearing like a ruby colored top, maybe like red, yellow, something here along those lines. If you wear those, it'll help shepherd in more more love and more like happiness, clearance of your energy. With the Nine of Pentacles to the Six of Swords, you owe it to yourself is what I'm hearing, okay? It feels like you guys are genuinely trying to move on to calmer waters. And maybe you're doing this alone after like being in a relationship for so long. And it just feels like you guys are just, you could be a little worried about where you're headed to next. But it just feels like you guys are going to go anyways, right? You guys are bringing this tower. And maybe the tower for you is like, man, I don't even recognize myself. Like, I would have never thought I was just going to up and leave. I would have never thought I was going to, it's that kind of energy. And so it just feels like here, what you don't see coming is that you guys are going to be embracing your independence in a way that it scares you. Because you guys could be taking more risks. Some of you guys are going to be moving to another state. You don't know anybody in that state, but there's better opportunities. You guys are going to be doing something that is out of your comfort zone. And that's what you don't see coming. But you're going to be thriving, okay? With that Seven of Swords to the Eight of Wands, some of you guys are being called in a new direction. It's what you don't see coming. You feel it, but you don't know exactly what it is, okay? With that Six of Swords to the Eight of Wands, I feel like a lot of people are going to be talking about your new beginning here, okay? Make sure you sage. If you have like an evil eye bracelet, wear it, sage it. But there's something here about protecting your energy, okay? Especially when you're going in new directions, especially when things are working out for you. It's easy for people to kind of be envious of that. It's also easy for people to like, to talk and say negative things about you. So just make sure that you're praying. Make sure that I'm hearing stay prayed up. Make sure that you are saging, like I said, and just staying in good energy. Stay away from people that you know may have the tendency to be jealous of other people, because these are the same people that are going to be jealous of you. Okay. Some of you guys are a little worried about moving in this new direction, but it just feels like you're going to be met with it feels like you're going to be met with more opportunities here wherever you're going, whatever you're doing. Okay. Some of you guys do want to start over. And this could be with another person. Okay, maybe you are done being single and you're moving down this path with someone new, and it scares you because you're like, man, like I enjoyed being single, or I don't know if I trust that this is going to have longevity, but Spirit's saying like just keep going with it. Like you don't know. Like you don't know where it's going to lead you to, okay? Maybe that's the tower moment. You could be eloping with someone, you could be running away with someone, you could be moving in with someone, okay? You could be moving for someone. But there's whatever you're doing, there's a lot of fast movement correlated to this, okay? So it just feels like once you get the ball rolling with that Six of Swords and you start moving in that direction, you start putting all the time and the energy into looking for jobs, and like you're going to be getting callbacks. You're going to be, looking for places to rent or buy. You're going to be getting a lot of ads for like houses that are within your budget. So again, it feels like everything is coming together for you, is what you don't see coming in whatever direction you want to go in, okay? With the Eight of Wands to the Empress, yeah, you guys are going to be getting good news about a pregnancy here, okay? You could be hearing from your mother as well. What you don't see coming is that you haven't spoken to your mother in a really long time. So there is going to be fast communication. There could be forward movement with a mother figure as well. You guys could have a baby and your mom comes to like help you out of nowhere. Like she just moves in. Okay, so there's something like that could happen for somebody here. Your mom could be moving in with you. But yeah, it feels like what you also don't see coming is that by you guys taking these chances, creating these tower moments, moving down this path of the Six of Swords to your new beginning here with the Fool, it's like you guys are embodying Empress energy. And that's what you don't see, is that you guys are moving into this energy here, okay? It feels like you guys have the wisdom. You guys are looking good. Like, yeah, she might be dead, she might be old, but like, look at those pearls. Look at how like she still does her makeup and does her hair. Like, she's got the shoulder pads. Like, she's looking fabulous. So to me, it just feels like whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you guys are putting your best foot forward, okay? Like, don't forget about yourselves is what I'm getting, okay? Don't just, get comfortable and complacent to where you stop caring about your routines, or you stop caring about the way that you look. Like, always put an effort into yourself, okay? Because you're gonna feel a lot better about yourself by doing so, is what I'm getting for you. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. Let's see, what do we got? All right, Capricorn, let's start you off at 47:15. All right, what doesn't Capricorn see coming? What doesn't Capricorn see coming? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Capricorn. Interesting. Okay. Oh, dang. You guys got like the best spread. Okay. You guys have the Emperor. You could be dealing with an Aries or have that placement. You have the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Ace of Cups. To the Ace of Pentacles. To the Ten of Pentacles. To the Strength. To the Four of Swords. A lot of you guys need to stop spending. Feels like you win the lottery or you guys make really good money. There's something here about your money. You guys make a lot of money or you will be making money is what you don't see coming. You guys need to not spend it, okay? Don't spend your checks as quickly as you get them. Some of you guys don't even wait for that money to hit your account and it's already like practically gone. You guys make really good money. So for those of you that are like struggling, for those of you that are like, I don't get it. I make a lot of money and like, why am I like worried about, you know, my what's in my balance or in my checking account. So again, it's like you guys need to start to become more mindful about the way your spending habits are. There's no need for you to be so outlandish with all of this, okay? Also too, at some point you guys could start to make more money. And so Spirit's advising like don't spend it all too quickly, okay? Like understand that it's a blessing, understand that you didn't have it before. And so moving forward, like I mean, you could do what you want, right? But essentially, it just feels like this money is about creating abundance, creating, especially if you're like the kind of Capricorn that's like, let's say you start in a business and instead of you putting that money back into the business, you're like putting it in your pocket. And it's like, no, like it's got to go towards the blessing. Like once you get to that point where you can take that money, like then you take it. But right now is not the time to like start utilizing the blessing because it hasn't created the actual blessing, okay? I'm hearing it's like part one of the blessing. There's other parts. All right, the Emperor. You guys could be dealing with a father figure or an Aries. You guys could be in this Emperor energy. What you don't see coming here. I see you guys really elevating, okay? Especially with all these major arcanas. Are you freaking kidding me right now? You guys are on your way to being an Emperor. See that ladder behind him there? It feels like you climbed up that ladder or you're climbing the ladder is what I'm really picking up on here, okay? Like that's a nice suit you got there. Hair is well coiffed. You guys are really well put together. People take you seriously. And so it just feels like that's what you don't see coming is like this massive upgrade here. You guys could be business owners in the making. You guys could be creating legacies. You guys could be getting promotions. Somebody literally, okay, this is what I'm getting. Somebody could offer to sell you their business. So you could be working for someone right now. This could be like a small, like, part-time job that you have. And you could be like, you could be a driver. You could be like, you could be doing anything. This could be like a small, like, pizza shop or whatever, but it does really well. Or just like a small, like, I don't know, I'm getting like a donut shop. Like, that's what it feels like, okay? You could be working somewhere and it's like the boss likes your work ethic so much and they see you as like a son or like a daughter that they're like, listen, I want to offer you an opportunity to buy this business. And so you could be going into business for yourself here soon, okay? Someone could be offering you a business opportunity and you'd be wise to take it. With the Emperor to the Wheel of Fortune, I'm telling you, you guys are fated to have money. You guys are fated to have legacy. And that's what you don't see coming is that the wheel is going to be turning in your favor, but like in a huge way, okay? Because it feels like those of you that have been doing the work, those of you that have just been minding your P's and Q's and just, you know, making sure that everything is where it needs to be and making sure that you guys are good mentally, spiritually, physically, it feels like it's about time. It feels like you guys have learned a lot of the lessons. You've worked through a lot of your shadow aspects. And so it feels like the wheel's finally here. Okay. And it feels like you guys are finally in that energy where you understand what it took to be the Emperor. So you guys are no longer going to be looking back. You guys, and it's funny, it's like you keep the ladder you climbed on, right? It looks all kind of, it looks very sketch, right? Like no one would ever climb that ladder. But it's almost like if you could keep the ladder that you climbed as like a relic, as like a memento of like what you had to do, there's something around you that could remind you of your struggles, could remind you of like your sacrifices, right? So a lot of you guys, you could have something that reminds you and it makes you humble, it makes you appreciative, it makes you grateful, okay? But yeah, you have good luck coming in, and it looks like it's in the form of love and in money here. This is self-explanatory. Wheel of Fortune to the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Let's talk about the new love that's coming in. Let's talk about the money, the windfall here, because you guys are finally owning your Emperor status, okay? Because you finally are at Emperor status, because you finally reached that level. The wheel turns in your favor. and you become this businessman, this businesswoman, and you start to rub elbows with people of higher calibers, higher quality, people who actually have morals, good people is what I'm really picking up on. Good people. You find yourself in a position where love is a possibility here. Okay. You could be dating someone younger. You could meet someone that's younger than you. You could your boss could introduce you to like their daughter, right? Like your boss could see you like being a perfect match for their child here, okay? And so it just feels like also too what I'm really getting is some of you guys have like a childhood sweetheart, or there's someone here that you knew like in your teens. Time has passed, but it feels like you could be like reconnected somehow, and you could end up with that person. Okay, that's good. That's specific for somebody, right? Not all of you, but somebody here. And so moving forward here with this Ace of Cups, you have an opportunity for new love, okay? And that love is going to shepherd in more financial blessings for you. You guys are going to be sitting pretty, okay? It just feels like you're finally getting what you deserve, right? You're finally getting the karmic retribution, the recognition, the love, the legacy, the financial stability, the financial freedom, the personal freedom. And so it just feels like whatever you're doing, it's like you endured all those nights that made you tired. You endured all the suffering and the sacrifices and the struggle. You've endured all of that. And so it just feels like moving forward, you guys are genuinely going to finally be living your dream life. Everything you sacrifice is going to be worth it, because you're finally going to see it. And so it just feels like this is a way you don't see coming. Okay, so stay on that grind, stay on that hustle, stay on that path that's going to literally shepherd in all of that energy. Okay, because it is all here for you, it's all waiting for you, and all you got to do is keep making the right moves, keep picking you in the regard of like good health, good money management, good positive energy here, all that stuff. Okay, that's how you choose, that's how you're gonna get all of this, by making the right choice every day that pertains to how you move, how you think, what you do, what you put out there. Right, so that's what I have for you, Capricorn. That's what I have for all of you, and I will catch you guys all in the next one.